Hey, John Sonmez from SimpleProgrammer.com. I have a question here from a Johnny who asked me, hello Mr. Sonmez, I have a very simple question. I watch your videos about the importance of having a side project to keep your passion in programming, but I was wondering what to do when there is no project you want to work on right now. I feel like I am slowly losing my passion for programming, but I don't really have an idea or project that I want to work on in my free time. Thanks, Johnny. So, okay, a couple of things here. Interesting, short email, and I'll try to keep the answer short. But how many of you are losing your passion for programming? This is a very common theme, right? This is something you should be aware of that is going to happen to you. Right? I was actually at ORDEV. One of the speakers was talking about how there's this curve, and you're trying to fight this curve of eventually you're going to not be a programmer anymore. You're going to lose your passion for it, and how you can do things to keep it up. One of them is definitely having a side project, but just know that everyone feels this way. At least I don't know any software developer, any programmer that hasn't felt like they're losing their passion for programming at some point in their career. You kind of have to push through this if you really want to see the success on the other side. I talk about this idea of pushing through sort of when you're feeling like you're burnt out, but it's not quite burnt out, and how you have to do that to be successful. I've talked about that quite a few times in some blog posts and videos, and I really think it's true, especially when you start to feel like you're losing your passion for a thing, because just about anything that you embark on in life, it's going to get difficult at some point, and you're going to hit this wall where it's going to separate the people who become experts and really see the fruits of their labor, really see benefits, from those who stay amateur or who can't really ever make it through. And that's why there's only a few people, or a small number of people in the world that become really good guitar players or really good artists or really good whatever it is, programmers, right? Because they're able to push through. Those people don't have passion the whole way. They lose it, but they stick to it, and they find motivation within themselves to get past it. So that's the first part of this. And then, how do you find a project that to work on when there's no project you want to work on in your free time? Okay, so if you sit down and you brainstorm like 50 ideas, just set a timer for 30 minutes, and during that time you have to brainstorm 50 ideas of projects that you might want to work on, you'll probably come up with one. But aside from that, how else could you do this? There's a lot of different ways. What about going out and just looking at open source projects to see if there's something that interests you, so you're not having to create a whole project yourself, and maybe you can start working on that project. That's especially something that maybe you wouldn't do in your normal job or life. Maybe game development, that'd be kind of cool, right? If you're interested in that. So that's definitely another way. Another big one that I think a lot of people overlook is creating a side project for your job or for your employer that you're basically doing on your own time, and it's going to be something that's going to help you at work. A lot of times you don't get the opportunity to build the tools or the things that you'd like to do, but your employer is not going to be upset if you spend your own time as your own side project building something that would be useful at work. Now, obviously this isn't going to benefit you as much, but it could help you in your career a lot, and it could help you, and you might find some passion about that. That's why I'm mentioning this one, is because if you're building a tool that's going to make your job easier, that's typically going to be a good thing, right? You might find some passion or some excitement about doing something like that. The other thing you can do is you can just look for work, side projects where someone would pay you to do it, and you can basically look at a site like Odesk and get on there and be a freelancer and find work that way. But it doesn't matter so much as what you do, but that you're doing something. Another perspective is what could help you the most in your goals. Like if you figure out what your goal is, right, whether it be financially, whether it be learning some skills, and work backwards from there and say, okay, how could I develop a project that would help me achieve that goal? You might not even be so passionate about that project, but you're passionate about achieving that goal. So this is something that's a stepping stone on your way to that goal. Think of it as practice, deliberate practice. So quick email or quick answer today, hopefully. Thanks for this email. Interesting problem, right, of losing this programming passion, and how do you find the side project. If you found this video helpful or useful, feel free to share it and subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more videos like this one. Take care.